Hi friends. So today I'm going to talk about the video which is based on Navtara system, and this will be a series on Navtara system. So Navtara system is based on the Nakshatras, and the Jyotish mainly is based on the moon nakshatra. People ask me, my friends who are pursuing other type of astrological system, like some are in Mayan astrology, some are esoteric, some follow the Chinese astrology, I Ching, so many other variations of astrology they are following, and they ask me always how the Jyotish is different from Chinese and other astrology. So I tell them that the this is a moon-based astrology. Jyotish is the moon-based one, and it also I give more focus on the nakshatra system. So all other astrologies are based on the 12 zodiac signs, but we have the 27 nakshatras in Jyotish. So 27 nakshatras, though they are divided in all 12 signs, and the division is not equal because we have 12 signs and we have 27 plus 1 nakshatra. So plus 1 we are not discussing in Navtara system, but plus 1 is the Abhijit nakshatra, which is very important nakshatra. But for Navtara system, we'll consider only the 27 nakshatras. Now, how these are divided in zodiacs and what is that, we are going to discuss in this video, a very brief video. And from then, once we cover that, I'm not going to talk a very detailed concept of nakshatra, because one nakshatra is so detailed, like it has their own lords, it has their own swami, their own deities. Every nakshatra is connected with one plant, one animal, one bird. It has their own mantras connected with each nakshatra. So it will be a very long to describe each and every nakshatra, because I want to talk about more over the Navtara system, which is a very profound and very intricate part of Jyotish, and that gives a very accurate results many times when we do the calculations for a chart. Now, as I mentioned here, we have 27 nakshatras. So each nakshatra is of 13 degree 20 minutes. Now each zodiac sign in astrology is of 30 degree. So our one zodiac sign contains two full nakshatras, which becomes 1320 plus 1320, 26 degree 40 minutes, and the rest 3 degree or 20 minutes we have one pada. Now what are these padas? So each 27 nakshatras are divided into four. Each nakshatra has 4 padas. So if we go total, we have 27 into 4, that is 108 padas. So in one zodiac sign, we have 9 padas from 2 nakshatras full and 1 pada from the third one. So that's why the division is not equal, but we have to understand that in one nakshatra, some of the part comes, like not for all. Some nakshatras have some part in one sign and other part is in the other sign. So let's talk about this 27 system. 27 nakshatras we divide into 3 sets, 9, 9, 9. Why we divide into 3 sets? Because we are talking in terms of their nakshatra lord. So the nakshatra lord goes from first Ketu, Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. So these 9 lords, they keep repeating for the other 2 sets also. So that's why we divide the nakshatras into 3 sets. So first set is from Ashwini to Ashlesha. The second set is from Magha to Jyeshta, and third one is from Moola to Revati. So for first one, from Ashwini to Ashlesha, the Lord goes, the sequence I have already talked to you. Now, in the first set, we start from Aries, which is a fiery sign, and we end at the Cancer sign, which is a water sign. So, when we enter into the next set of the nakshatras from Moola to Jeshta, then we have a knot, and that we use in the zodiac signs also. So it calls Kanmul Nakshatra. So the last nakshatra and the first nakshatra, because we are entering from the water to fire or from fire to water, then these nakshatras are called the Kanmul Nakshatras. So Ketu ruled first three nakshatras. Our we have Ashwini, then Magha, and then Moola. All they are the Kandmul nakshatras, and the last one also the Ashlesha. Then we have Jeshta and then Revati. They also called the Gandmul. Gandmul is not, so they are called the Gandmul nakshatra. So if we are not discussing that here, we have to reach to the Navtara system. We'll talk about that some other time. Now in Jyotish, we have a name ceremony we keep do for our children, and we gave our children name based on their nakshatras, their janma nakshatra. So that janma nakshatra is their moon nakshatra, where moon is there in that nakshatra, so that's called janam nakshatra, and we'll talk about in detail in the videos. So um, like if someone is born in Magha Nakshatra, their name will start with Ma letter M. And if someone is born in Jeshta, the letter should be N. Now, this is a very good follow thing to for the naming of your children. But with my experience in my family, in my whole culture, we do this, and every children's name is based on their moon nakshatra. But I have learned that we should not keep the name as per their moon nakshatra in certain conditions when these nakshatras fall in the Dushtana houses. I will describe this in some other video in detail, and that's a very important thing. We should not name our child with their moon nakshatra always. We have to look for these points also. Now, first, we'll talk about the sets of three nakshatra. For the first one is Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrakshira, Ardra, and then we have Punarvasu, Pushya, and Ashlesha. This is the first set, which is ruled by Ketu. Then Venus, I talked about before also. Ketu, Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. So in the video, what I'm going to do, we'll take one lord, and with that lord, we'll see which nakshatras are ruled by that lord in these three sets. We'll talk so one by one about that, and then after we'll discuss about the Navtara system. So in first set, the Ketu ruled nakshatras are Magha, then the Ashwini, Magha, and Moola. Though they all are ruled by the same lord, Ketu, Nakshatra lord, but they are very different. Their features, their characteristics are completely distinct to each other. So we'll talk about that here. The first one is the Ashwini. So Ashwini comes in the Aries, which is ruled by the Mars. So in this nakshatra, we have more energy of Mars Ketu. And for the second one is Magha. Magha comes in the Rashi of Singha, Leo, which is ruled by Sun. So in that we have the energy of Sun and Ketu. In the third one, the Moola, which comes in Sagittarius. So we have the energy of Jupiter and Ketu. Now Ketu is what? Ketu is considered to be, and we have to, our whole Jyotish is based on the stories. Lots of stories we hear, and on the basis of story, there are beautiful stories available for each nakshatra. And I don't want to make this video long, so I'm not going to talk about the story about Rahu and Ketu. What are Rahu and Ketu? It's available on internet, but if in future I will talk about that. So they are the one entity, they are the two parts of one entity. So Rahu is the Rahu and Ketu. So Ketu is considered to be, wherever Ketu comes, we say it shows spirituality, it shows the detachment, but it shows also cut. Cut means separation. Though all these things works whenever we talk about these three nakshatras. So in first we say it's Mars and Ketu energy. So Mars is what? Mars is land, Mars is our brother and sisters, and in girls' chart, Mars is connected with the spouse. So when people say this nakshatra Mars Ketu energy, it says they will get detached, they will get divorced. So all these things are not true. What I have seen in second one in Magha, the sun Ketu. So they say the child may get separated from the father, or father will be lost or absent from the person's life. At some extent this can be true, but it's not always true, and moreover it's not true. So the energy of sun Ketu. And in the third one, the Moola, they say that it's the Jupiter and Ketu energy is there in Moola Nakshatra, and it's Ganmul, and people get done the lots of pujas for Ganmul. Children are born if in the Ganmul Nakshatra. Pujas are fine. I'm not against it. Pujas are always good, but don't do superstitiously that, oh, it's wrong, it's not. So that's what my understanding is. Now for Moola, Jupiter and Ketu, the people say that Jupiter is knowledge, wisdom, it's a guru. So they say they will get detached from their guru, they will not able to complete their studies, there will be a break in studies. So all these things are prevailed, but I'm not very much into these things, into if we take all these three nakshatras. Now, let's talk again about the Ashwini. Ashwini Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu, and it comes in Aries, and its symbol is the horse, and it is connected with the Ashwini Kumars in our stories. So, how we categorize, how we see the Ashwini born people, they are very fast, swift, just like horses. They are always ready to initiate. Uh, what how we see the Ashwini Kumars are considered to be, and for the birth of the Ashwini Kumars, a big story is there. You can find out the how the Ashwini Kumars are born. You can see it on internet now. Ashwini Kumars are being considered as the first physician of the universe. So people born in this nakshatra, they have the healing powers. Lots of doctors, nurses are, we see from these nakshatra, they born in this nakshatra, but not necessarily you are a doctor, healer. And it can be not only the allopathic doctor, it can be any other, from any other modality. It can be ayurveda, homeopathy, shamanic medicines, anything can be there. But these people have the healing powers, and they can call themselves as medicine woman and man. Now, this is the property for Ashwini. Now we'll go, when we go to the Magha. Magha comes in our Singha Rashi, ruled by Sun. But Maghas, the sign of Magha is throne. It's the royal throne. So the people born in this nakshatra, we say they are very royal in their nature, and it's because connected with the Leo Rashi too. Uh, but when we see the throne, and each there we have so many examples available from Ramayana and Mahabharata. We can find different characters attached to, they are born in these nakshatras. Uh, so when we know the Ramayana and Mahabharata, we can connect to these people and see their personality, how their characteristics aligning with their nakshatras. Now, for the Moola Nakshatra, it comes in Sagittarius in a Jupiterian sign. So we have the energy of Jupiter and Ketu. Moola is known as roots. And if you want to understand it more beautifully, we have to understand the symbol of the banyan tree, the burger tree, how the roots are coming, and the roots are not in on the under the ground only. They have the roots on their uh, in the air. They are just hanging from the tree. So Moola is connected with the roots. It's connected with the our base. And for the Moola Nakshatra, it is being said the child born in this nakshatra, they people fear with this nakshatra. There's no need to get fear out for these nakshatra. Only I have seen that with Moola Nakshatra born children, they are their initial life from the initial few years of their life, it's maybe little critical in terms of health. Their parents have to look after them for their health, and once they are at the their teenage and their young age, then um, they'll start becoming healthier. But sometimes initially there I have we have seen that some issues can occur in terms of their health. Otherwise, Moola Nakshatra people, they don't have to fear for anything. They are very bright, and because Jupiter is connected, they are first of all down to earth. They once they want to have any knowledge, they go deep down into that knowledge. Now we have to understand all three nakshatras are ruled by Ketu, but they are different, completely different into their characteristics in their nature. So we talked about Ashwini, the the things are connected with the symbol, their the deity, the Ashwini Kumars. So they are very swift in nature, action oriented. They always try to begin something new. Then we have mm, they love beauty, and just like the horse, we say it's a beautiful creature. So the same way, they always like to, you know, mm, be look beautiful. They like to uh, look smart, and they are very ready to take initiatives. So that's the Ashwini born people. Now let's talk about some minus points of these nakshatra born people. With the Ashwini born people, they are ready to start something new, but sometimes they are not always try to finish the work. So that's the first negative point for Ashwini people. Then we go to the Magha, and Magha is like royal, the pride, the it's a kingmanship they have in them. But along with that, all characteristic, the leadership qualities, some ego comes. When your pride goes beyond the limit, it becomes the ego. So I want these Magha people that you should stick with your pride. Yes, you should always believe in your self-respect, but don't let this self-respect tend towards your ego. And your self-respect is good, but this self-respect should not be like that. You mock others, you laugh in the sleeves for others, uh, with their for their personality, for their characteristics. No, that you are not eligible for that. For Moola, the negative point is, so the negative point goes like that. Moola is considered to be the roots. So these candidates, they have the tendency to go deeper down to the roots of things to understand the real cause of that. They have the tendency to, explore the unseen, and they have. It's good, but don't get lost. Don't go into the rabbit hole of anything. If you want to go into deeper for any kind of knowledge, uh, but you can do that, but don't get lost in that. You should also think for the completion of the work. So that's my advice for the Moola Nakshatra people. So now we have discussed here few qualities of all three nakshatras ruled by Ketu. Now let's discuss more about it. Ketu, we saw that Ketu is seen as the cut, as the detachment, which also separation. But what I see Ketu as, it's not only separation, it's the attention, where the attention should be. That's what the Ketu is, and it's being said that the energy flows the where the attention goes, in terms of energy world, and in terms of healing world. We always say that. So we have for these all three Ketu nakshatras, it's very important that they carry their attention, not just like their attention is vaguely happening all over. They have to be a laser focus attention. That should be the uh, Ketu ruled natives. They should follow this very strictly. Now, as the first Ashwini ones, they are very energetic. We can call them as extrovert. On the contrary, if we see the Magha natives, they are ambivert. Like they are not completely extrovert, and they are not totally introvert, like into themselves. They are behaving as per the surroundings are, but sometimes they tends towards the introvert nature. They like to be in their own zone, in their own comfort zone. So that's the Magha natives. But Moola natives can be on both side, extrovert or introvert, based on their where this energy of this nakshatra, Ketu rule nakshatra, is there. Now another we see characteristic of Ketu is, we say Ketu is called as a, we say it represents flag. Now when we see this flag in Magha, we say, oh, we have a throne and we have a flag symbolism, and they say, oh, these people are born to rule, they are the rulers. But what if this Magha nakshatra falls in the 8th house? Then how we'll do the prediction? Are they still born to rule? So it depends on. So astrology, I always say, it's not like what we are talking as astrologer in the videos. There we are pulling the one thread of the whole fabric. The fabric is your chart. So we have to learn. If you are a learner for the Jyotish, then it's very good to understand thread by thread and thread by thread, and then combine that and read the fabric. But don't based on these one or two videos, don't make the predictions on that, oh, this is born to, this Maghas are born to rule. No, not necessary. It depends on the whole chart. Yeah, but as Magha is there, the throne is there, the flag is there, yes, they have the tendency to have the leadership quality. That we can say without uh, calculation of the house, which house is there, and with the other whole complete holistic chart. Without seeing that one thing we can say for the Magha natives, like they are having such a leadership quality. Now it's not necessary they have to be in a big political or in some leadership label. It's not necessary. So for the Magha natives, it is being said that it's the seat of ancestral power and royal dignity. So royal dignity we understood with the throne symbol, but what is the ancestral power here? Because the Devta of this Magha Nakshatra is Pitris. Pitris are our ancestors, and we do the lots of offerings to our ancestors. And it is being said these Magha natives, this it's only said that these people are coming from their own lineage somewhere. They are the ancestors are born in the same house. So that's it's being said. That's how we connect with the Pitris. And for these natives, it's very important. They respect their ancestors. They do the offerings, prayers uh, to their ancestors. And we have the Pitrupaksh timings, 15 days of ancestral praying time. They should follow that and do the Pitrupaksh puja. And if you have the ancestors, do their offerings in these days. And not only these days, you should be grateful and respectful to your elders, to your ancestors, towards your pitris. So that is the connection of Magha with their pitris. So with that, I would like to close this video, and in my next video I will talk about the Venus rule nakshatra. So those are the three nakshatras: Bharani, then Purva Falguni, and Purva Ashada. So all these three nakshatras are ruled by Venus, and we'll talk about that in our next video. So once we'll complete this series of these nakshatras, we'll complete 27 nakshatras in a short form. We are not discussing on a very long or detailed form. Once we complete that, we will jump to the Navtara system, which is a beautiful, very beautiful system to in our Jyotish. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.